Hello, my name's JDTwoSixTwo and this is Try Something. This is Try Learning Something. We're going to be trying British Sign Language. Now, this is going to be a little bit different from the other Try Something videos because this was recorded as like a day-to-day diary from the month of August. So this is a big video sort of with the clips of each of them days. Okay, so British Sign Language, I'll get more about it later, but it is a form of sign language. It's not, the one thing I've learned from this is sign language is not the same throughout. So this is one specific British Sign Language, which is only one of about 3 spoken in England. So it is very complicated. I will talk more about it later on. But this is specifically British Sign Language with the British Sign Language word order, if that makes sense. I hope it does. But yeah, this is day-to-day throughout the month of August. I'm a bit worried about how this is going to sort of transform into like an entertaining video, and if it will, and if it not, I don't know. It's going to probably be a little bit wordy. But the best bits are going to be at the end because I've managed to get someone else to help me out, and obviously that'll be towards the end. So stick around to the end, and hopefully it'll be a bit better if it starts to get a bit boring, but we don't know. Okay, and 2 things to point out as well. This is not a how-to, and obviously I'm learning British Sign Language. I've only done it for a month, so my signs are probably going to be maybe wrong, maybe flawed. So just so you know, my signs are probably not going to be best to copy. If you want to learn it yourself, probably best go find one of the videos that I found, which is there's loads of them out there. I'll probably link a few of them in the description. Okay, so let's get started. So day 0. This is what I found out through planning, because obviously I looked at British Sign Language first to see if I wanted to make this video. But this is what I learnt from that, and obviously about this book here. It's got all my little notes on sign language. Just zoom in a little bit. There we go. Okay, so some of the things I learned from sign language is at first it did seem a little bit silly. Like some of the signs, like this, I think. Oh, whoa, I've got to zoom in then. There we are. This sign, I think, is 6, which it does seem a little bit silly, but you do get used to that. Obviously, I did find it a little bit funny at first, but I got used to it, and it's not silly, it's fine. But that's one of the things I sort of found out at first. And then I sort of found something which most YouTubers do who use sign language. It's called signed songs. They have a song, and they obviously translate it into sign language, because it is translating it as a different language. And it is very interesting to watch, because obviously you don't really think about stuff like that when you're thinking about it. And through that I've actually found out that the community, there's a big community behind it. Obviously all these people who make the sign songs, they know of each other, sort of thing. It's a big community, they're all sort of stuck together, and they all sort of work together to, to do all the signs. There's one thing I have found as well with sign language is a lot of it is through word of mouth, so to speak. Like as in most of the signs develop as words develop and as new things develop. Obviously the signs get made and they get passed around. It's a bit like one of those things where obviously all these things are picked up from all around the world, which is pretty much what language is in any case. And obviously it is important to remember that people do use this to communicate. They don't choose to learn this, they in some cases have to learn it. And this is one of the reasons why I want to do this, is because obviously I like learning things, I suppose. Say for example, someone I met uses sign language, I obviously can't understand what they're saying, so I don't know any. So obviously that's why I want to learn. I want to know some stuff. If you're in the retail business, like if you work in a shop or anything like that, it is very important to learn this. I worked in a cinema, and on more than one occasion the same person that uses sign language came in, and every time they came in they always wrote down everything they needed. They wrote down the film, what seats, all that sort of thing. They always wrote that down, and it's a shame that they had to do that. Like, obviously I guess it was easy for them, but it should be to the case where people should know some sign language, where they can actually use sign language so that we know what they're saying. It's obviously French is taught in schools, and then why shouldn't this be taught in schools where it's probably used more so than French in this country, more mainstream, I suppose. Not obviously French is used, but I mean more mainstream. But yeah, that's pretty much roughly what I found out on day 1, day 0, sort of thing, all that sort of stuff. Just little bits of detail. Okay, so now we're going to take a look at the history of British Sign Language. This is part 1, part 2 will be later on in the video. I am going to be drawing, so please feel free to take the mick out of my drawings. I'm not the best drawer, but I thought it would just change it up a little bit. There is evidence to suggest that British Sign Language was around in 1570, so that's middle to late Renaissance era. You can see I've drawn a carnival parade mask there, because I couldn't draw the Vitruvian Man. Thomas Braidwood, who was an Edinburgh teacher, founded a school. You can see I've done a question mark as his face there because I couldn't find a picture of him anywhere. He founded the Braidwood Academy for the Deaf and Dumb. That was in 1760, so think Assassin's Creed 3 time, roughly about the same time as the American Revolution. This was the first school for the deaf community in the UK. His pupils were the sons of the better off people, aka the people with money, and he used a basic form of British Sign Language. Joseph Watson trained at the academy, and in case you're wondering, that's a reference to Sherlock Holmes, but later left in 1792 to found the first public deaf school in the UK. Okay, now it's time to look at my notes. Right, so day 1, 1st of August. I think this is a very wordy one, this one is this day. Basically, there's a difference between BSL, which is British Sign Language, and Sign Supported English. I think, from what I've gathered, actually I have to write it down here, I can't quite see what I've written. BSL was a different language to English, closely limited to English. Yes, BSL, oh, there's my finger. Yeah, so BSL is a different language to English. It is closely linked to English. There's many variations in grammar, structure, and the amount of words used. So say, for example, what is your name, I think is the complete opposite, which is name what's yours, or something like that. I think I've written it down here somewhere, but that's sort of different. And Sign Supported English, that's SSE, is when people talk at the same time and sign the words, or the keywords, sorry. So I think that's probably the same, where what's your name would be name what's yours, something like that, I think. And Signed English is every word translated, and that's obviously, it takes a very long time, that's the downside of it. Okay, let's turn the page. Now where are we? Things in the way. Move my cup of tea out of the way. There we go. And this is obviously where I found out all about all the different types of sign languages. Makaton is used for, apart from sound like a Pokemon, is used for young children in the correct English order. Also used for people with learning difficulties such as Down syndrome. So I think this is basically like keywords. My mum used to work in a school with a Down syndrome girl, and I think when she used the toilet, she used the toilet sign. Finger spelling, that's what I talked about earlier. That's where they use the alphabet to spell sort of words and names of towns and things like that. And some sign languages, some signs come from finger spelling. Like you see here, DVD is D and then V, DB, do it very, very fast. Okay, and then here, American Sign Language and German Sign Language use one hand, and BSL uses 2 hands. So again, that's with the differences between ASL and BSL. It annoys me so much, I don't see why. Now we're going to do the alphabets. Now, like I said at the beginning, obviously I've been only doing British Sign Language for a month, so my signs are probably going to be a little bit flawed and, for lack of a better word, wrong. So just to keep that in mind when you're watching this. However, I do feel quite confident about the alphabet. That was the first thing I learned and picked it up within a few times of watching the alphabet video. It's pretty simple to learn once you know it all. So I'm going to try a little bit now then. Right. It's quite easy to do. It's also called finger spelling as well. Like, say for example, if you come to a name, you often obviously just point out the letters on your hands or with the signs and do finger spelling. That's what it's called. And just want to know if you take note of this, because there might be something to do with this at the end. Right, so the first thing they said is to start off with the vowels. So obviously I can't do this because I'm not showing my whole body, but so A, E, I, O, and U. So they're the vowels. They are the 5 letters, which is obviously A, E, I, O, U, and it's pretty much just pointing along with the finger as you go along. So it's A, E, I, O, U. Pretty simple. Right. Okay. So now let's go on with the rest of the alphabet. So obviously we know A is A, that's the first vowel. B is that. Like I said, if this is wrong, I'm sorry. Obviously I only know from what I've learned. C is simply like that, and obviously this will be mirrored because you'll be facing someone else. This is because the camera is sort of my view. This is what you would see when you're doing the sign. Okay. D is, no, the other way around, isn't it? Or is it? Yeah, it's that way around, yeah. D is that. What are we on next? E, obviously I've got my book here which I've written them all down in just to remember me. E is obviously the next vowel, so that's E. F. Oh, can't do this one on the screen. G is sort of a fist on top of a fist. H, sort of brushing it off. I is the third vowel. J, for JDTwoSixTwo, is just like that. You do a J, sort of draw around your hand. K is that finger there, and I think this is the other way around. It's hard to do because I'm facing the wrong way. Yes, it's around. So you obviously make the line, and then you do the K with like a hooked finger there. That's K. Now these are the fun parts, these are easy. So L is just one finger across the hand, M is 3, and N is 2. So that's L, M, N. Then obviously O is the 4th vowel. P is that way round. It's confusing. Oops. Is that. That's P. Q is a circle and then you hook it through. So if you turn it around, which I can't do. My body does not bend this way. It's like that. It's just Q. So that's Q. R is, I'm not sure if it's that way around or the other way around. It's like that, and I think it is, where's my book? I might have written it down, because it is important which way you do it around. I think it's that way around. And that's R, like a pirate. R. S is where you link the two pinkies. T, simply like that. So it's like a T with a giant top. U is the last vowel, so that's all of them done. V, promise I'm not swearing. W is sort of interlocked like that. X is that the fingers or is that the hand? That's the fingers. Is that X? That's X there. Okay, just turn the page. Y, like that, and then you hook it over the top like that. That's Y. And then Z is that. We got the hand there. It's like that. Right, and that's the alphabet. Okay, so day 2. So it's always important to mouth as you sign, as some signs are used for multiple words. I don't know why I put SSE or BSL there. But yeah, some signs, like as I'll find out later on, are used multiple times. I think the sign for mother and month is the same, but I did find out something else as well, which we'll get to that later on in the book. Okay, you can see some of the signs here. So I've got hello here, is a simple waving. How are you? It's sort of like a thumbs up. It's like, are you okay? You good? Good to go? And obviously, I'm fine, thank you there. Pleased to meet you. I like that one. Where you do like a smiley face with your thumb. And it's like to meet you and what? So I can't do my fingers there, but it's like to side with the whole hand. Right. You can see day 3 there. Is that the top? Yes, it is. So here is where we're talking about what your name. And it's your name there. So it's your. So it's pushing away. Your name with the finger. I think most people know that one. That's sort of like the bonjour of sign language. Okay, and you can see what's your name here is name your what. So you see it's in different word order, and that's because this is BSL, I think. Maybe SSE is the same as well. And it says my name is who? My name is Slim Shady. And then you got please there as well, which is the simple please. Like you got your say this is the face here. You got your hand on your chin. You're like please. Okay. Day 3. So see you again. See you again. I like the again one. And then you got a good morning. So it's like side to side, and it's like a thing like that. Next page. Is that the top? That is the top. Well, this is a big day. We get a distinct lack of big days since I got working, finishing at 10 o'clock at night, and then obviously not doing it until like 2 in the morning. Sorry, that happened last night. Good afternoon is good, and then it's like a. I think it looks to me like it's like a smoking thing, which again probably comes from where the signs come from. It's where the afternoon, have like an afternoon fag or cigarette, so to speak, which obviously I'm not a big fan of, but still, that's where I think it might have come from. Just from looking at this, I think there might be some multiple ones for that though as well. I'll get more on that later. But good evening. I put a question mark there because I have found another one for this. It's like a sort of like the lines across the eyes, because I think that's probably because you're tired. And then it's good night, sort of like sort of resting your arms, and you can see here some of the eyes. That's deaf, pointing to sort of the ears. No, deaf. Is that right? Yeah, it is right, isn't it? Yeah, deaf is hearing. Yeah, sorry. Got confused all of a sudden. And then you've got hearing here, which is sort of pointed to the ear, and then shh. Something I didn't like about British Sign Language is the fact that each country has a different form of sign language. For example, BSL, which is British Sign Language, is different from ASL, which is American Sign Language. Now, to me that seems very counterproductive, because if you're making a form of language to communicate with people that are deaf, obviously if it's different language I understand, but with something like American and English, the languages are pretty much, I know they're not, but pretty much the same. There's a few word differences, but they're pretty much the same. For it to be completely different is simply, in my opinion, silly, and it's one of my petty hates about sign language from what I've found out. Day 4. So you see here is sign language is sort of sign, and it's sort of, I can't do this very well, language, sort of like that. And British is sort of pushing down, British. It's obviously sign language again. You see BSL is obviously the same as the fingerspelling, so that's where the fingerspelling comes into play. And I'm learning, so I'm doing this one a lot. I'm learning. And then obviously if you miss it, it's again, please. Day 5, 5th of August, nearly a week. As you see here, obviously if you don't understand it, sorry, I don't understand. This one was quite a tricky one. I didn't quite see that on the video I saw. It wasn't quite very well clear, but it's simply like the way I look at it is like a flashing light bulb, or sort of on your temple. Here we go. So please write it down, which I thought was quite fun because like please write it down, and then see you later. See you later. Is that later? Now that's confusing actually. This is why I don't quite get it. So I've written there later, which is I'm guessing pointing sort of like going across, showing you later. But I found out. Oh, actually no, I suppose I can't do it on here. But there's a sign where you sort of do it like that and you sort of flip down. I think that's late, so maybe that's why I'm getting confused. And excuse me is that an F? Excuse me? Not sure. Sorry, I haven't really looked back at this much. And you see goodbye is the same as hello. And sorry, I missed that again, please. So it's all using all of the stuff from the other days. And now we've got numbers on day 6, which we'll do that next. Okay, so now we're going to look at numbers. Numbers I learned on day 6, so just so you know, that's when I learned it. I don't know why you would want to. So let me show you what some of them are. Again, like I said earlier, I'm learning this, so I'm probably a bit wrong and flawed. But here we go. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I'll turn man around actually. 6, 7, 8, 9, and now 10. I've seen loads for 10. This, I think the first one I saw was like this. It was 1 and then obviously a 0, I'm guessing. The second one I've got, which I wrote down in the book, was something like this. So it looks a little bit like a 0 with a 1, I would say. And then I've just had another look, and I have seen another one now, and that is simply 10 fingers. So I have no idea which is 10. I'm guessing it's regional differences. I think I'm going to stick with this one for now, though, because that's what I've written in my book. Okay, and then we've got 11, 12, then we've got 13, or is it 13? I think it's 13, 14, 15, turn the page, 16, 17, 18, 19, now again I think this is another one with regional differences, we have 20. Okay, day 7, back to my very funny drawings. We're talking about the weather now. This is where I start to look at 57 Davison, I think his name is. He does a lot of BSL, is it NVQs? Not NVQs, is it? Where you get the different levels for sign language. This is where I started to watch his videos, and you can see it's got weather there with sunny, and sunny again. Is that the same one? Oh yeah, it's the same, so I put an arrow down to that, so it's 2 motions. So sunny, you've got rain, stormy, which I thought was quite cool, and thunder, lightning, foggy, snow, and floods. Day 10, we've got some questions. So why, sort of pointing to your shoulder. How, I think it's like that. When, who, which is circle I think. Where, and how old, which I think is the same as please. This is continued on the next page. No, okay, maybe I want to please them. And then we've got up top here, how many and how much, which again looks the same. In fact, is that an arrow? 1 second. Oh no, it's this. It's like, how much am I going to lose? Now it's time for History Part 2. In 1815, American Protestant minister Thomas Hopkins Gallaudet, and I did find a picture of him, travelled to the UK to learn British Sign Language, which he was unfortunately told no. He then travelled to Paris, where they told him yes, and that is why American Sign Language is 60% similar to French Sign Language. In the 1940s, which was the end of World War II, it was passed on unofficially as it was discouraged and oftentimes punished. It was not until 1970, which is the year after we landed on the moon, until BSL was seen as okay to learn, and now it continues to evolve as any other language does. Okay, we've got day 11 here. So you've got can use the OK gesture, however it is similar to the obscene gesture. Ah yeah, that was it. So this, there's a move, oh, can't do it on the screen. You know the OK sign, everyone does the OK sign. Apparently that's quite close to an obscene sign, which is, I can't do it because I can't remember what it is, but just so you know, but obviously there is a different OK, which is this one just here. Okay, and good evening, I saw some regional differences here. I've seen 2 signs for that one, I think I've seen another one as well. This sign here, just there, I do this quite a lot because a lot of the in sign language I've seen there's a lot of motion where it's, let's say I do that, but then sometimes you'll get the same sign but it's like that, it's like 1, 2, or 1, 2, 3, so 1, 2, 3, and that's why I've done that sign. That means I have to do that motion because that seems to come up a lot. Okay, numbers. Number signs are placed in different locations on the body depending on whether general numbering, ages, currency or time is the subject of the topic. I haven't found out where these places are, but I know that they have got special places. I just don't know when. And obviously, you know, some regional variances may apply with this and the 10 I was talking about in the numbers. Day 12, quite a small one here. You see we've got a question, which is like a, you know, it's like a making a question and then sort of putting a mark through it, like a question mark, and it's like dot at the end. Then we've got which. Oh yeah, that was the same one. Which to decide. And we've got because, which is the same as one of the questions, I think, which was why. Can you see that actually? Yeah, there we are. Where's my finger? There it is. And then we've got, what's this one here? How much? Again, regional differences. I've seen 2 various signs for this one. Okay. Now, I've been recommended a book from somebody who a video I watched, and the book is British Sign Language for Dummies. Now, at the time I was doing this, I didn't have a job. I do now, but I don't get paid till Friday. And obviously, that's the very last day before I upload this video. So I can't obviously get that book now because I haven't got my money for it. But that book is probably the best option for me at the moment. I've just been looking online at videos and how they do signs, just learning like words and just cramming them in, which is probably not the best way to learn it. But that's what I've been doing. So obviously, that's what I've been done for this. Day 15, so the 15th of August. So we've got day. It's quite a long one there. We've got this one here, which is I don't know. Oh yeah, that's because I mucked up. Yeah, right, so this is the same one day, so it's afternoon. Well, as I say, we've got a good afternoon. This is the similar to one I was saying about the smoking. A little bit like smoking. You can see it's a little bit different. I don't know if that was variations of this sign. I don't know why I wrote evidence. I'm guessing it's because I don't know if that was evening or not. Can't remember. Oh, and they got another evening right there. 3 variations. See, it's very confusing. That's why I don't like it. It's very confusing. But I do like it, obviously, just not that. Then we've got Monday, which is again the M sign with the, you know, dot dot dot. Then you've got Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. Day 23. We have a child, small child, children, so multiple small children. Then we've got old, which I think is another. I don't really want to go and have a look, but I think that's another sign for something else. But I can't quite remember what it was. Maybe it was good evening. Was it? Because you got bags under your eyes. That's how I remembered that. Sorry, I'm just flipping through. So good evening was here. Similar. But we did have multiple ones for that. And then we've got young, friend, girlfriend, boyfriend, husband. Just put like the ring on the finger. Wife, which I think is same. No, it's not. This one's double tap. This one's not. And you can see a different picture here. I've got long hair. I differentiated my one sort of faced person. Then we've got short as well. And then that's like that done. Right, now it's, in my opinion, for some of the fun stuff. It's a little bit interactive. So you remember I was saying about finger spelling, which is pretty much the alphabet, and you know, sign out each letter. So I thought as a way of like interacting with the video, making it a bit more interactive, is if I finger spell a code. And that code will be something that I want you to post in the comments, and then we'll see. It'll give you something to do. Hopefully, it'll be a little bit more fun as well. I'm going to go slow because obviously I'm not very good at this either. So we'll take it slowly. So don't worry, we'll take our time. But here we go then. So I'll probably have like a pause. I'll put my hands off the screen when there's a new word, just to make it a little bit more easy. But okay, let's go then. So, right, now I think I did that right. Day 24, we've got tall, little, bold. And then we've got fat, slim, thin. How did I do that one? So we got the finger going down. Alright, so I think it's like that. So it's thin, like that, that's it. And then we've got swimming, activity. 25, as there's hammering going on outside. We've got music. And we've got house, which is like a roof. House. And then we've got bungalow, semi-detached. It did go into a lot of detail. Detached, terrace house, and garage. Finally, the last day I'm doing this in August. I know it's 31 days in August, but obviously it's going out on the, well, it should be going out on the 30th. It's day 30, so we've got kitchen number 1, which is mixing, which obviously I like my baking videos I'm doing. Got one coming up next month. Kitchen number 2, so it's pretty much okay and it's double tapped. Toilet number 1, and I mentioned at the beginning of the video that my mum works in a school with a Down syndrome child who used toilet, and I always said that was the Macintosh sign, but it does look like it's the same as this one, where it's the middle finger sort of on the chest, sort of brushing down twice, so it's double tap. And so I think maybe she was using proper sign language, I'm not sure, maybe it's the same. And then we've got toilet number 3, so there's 3 different signs for toilet, which is confusing, which is again, when it comes to my multiple things of different types of British sign language, sorry. Don't like it. Then we've got upstairs, number 1, which is the only one. And it's like walking upstairs with your fingers. Okay, so before I started this process of learning British Sign Language, I had obviously a few ideas about how to make it more entertaining, and I thought if I contacted some of the people that did sign singing and see if they would do like a video where they would obviously sign out or message, and I'll have to try and decipher that at the end of the month and see how well I did. So I contacted someone called Charlotte's BSL. I contacted her, and she got back to me and said, obviously she was on holiday at the time, and she did it. She actually made a video, which I'm going to try and translate now and see how well I did, which is probably not going to be very good. Big thank you to Charlotte's BSL for doing this. It means a lot. But we're going to have a go now and see how well it goes. Okay, so hello, how are you? My name is C-H... Oh god, that's fast. Well, obviously Charlotte. My sign language name is swimming. She loves swimming. YC. So her YC name is C-H... L. Charlotte's BSL. YouTube channel? Okay, she started learning sign language when she was 3, was that? She was 3 years old. Now she's 16, so she learned as she grew. YouTube channel. Learning. YouTube channel. Not sure what that was. I think YouTube channel is good. Loves music, sign language. Oh dear, this is fast. Okay, no. Sunny, she's Sunny. She thinks sign language is YouTube channel is good. Beard. That was not beard. No, I don't know what that one is. Where it's the sort of wipes the chin. I don't know what that is. Or that one either, where it's like she's slamming her hand like a karate chop on her other hand. I'm not sure what that sign is either. Yeah, again, similar signs. I'm seeing all these similar signs, but I'm not quite sure what these mean. Okay, I think I've done all I can do here. So, right, okay. So, not too bad. So, obviously, I'll probably get better as I continue. I'll be able to pick it up a bit more quicker. I know that one.
Bye. Okay, so I think we got some of it. So she sent me what she actually said so I could see how well I did. So what I will do is go through it and read off what she actually says. Hi, how are you all? My name is Charlotte. My sign name is Swimmer. I love swimming. My YouTube name is Charlotte's BSL. I started learning sign language when I was 8. And now I'm 16. So I've been learning as I grew up. I started YouTube 1 year ago, so fairly new really. I thought YouTube was good because I love music and sign language, so together it becomes sign singing. It's good fun. I'm on a holiday at the moment in Greece. It's very sunny and hot. I think sign language on YouTube is good because it shows people how sign language works and what it is. As many people don't understand sign language, I think more people should learn sign language as it is good fun and there are lots of different jobs within sign language. I hope you have a good day. Bye. Right. Okay, so a few mistakes and a few things right. So her name was Charlotte, we got that right. Swimming, we got that right. Her YouTube channel name, we got that right. She started learning when she was 8. I said 3? Oh, of course. Oh, I think it is, yes, because when it's sideways, it's 8. 3 is more upright. Oh, silly me. Okay, yeah, 8 then, not 3. But we got the 16 bit right, and she'll be learning as she grew up. And she started YouTube 1 year ago, which we didn't get. I thought YouTube was good because she loves music. We've got to love music, we've got to love sign language and sign singing together. She was on holiday, so we gathered that from obviously the sun hat and it was sunny. We got the sunny bit, that was good. She thinks sign language on YouTube is good. We didn't get this bit that I was stuck on. Where she thinks sign language on YouTube is good because it shows people how to sign, which is why I'm here. Works on what it was. Many people don't understand that sign language. We didn't get that bit. I think more people should learn sign language. It is good fun. I agree, from what I've found out. And there are lots of different jobs within sign language. Okay, so it was pretty much the last part we didn't quite get. I sort of got a grasp of what she was saying. So not too bad. Obviously, I've only done this for a month, so I don't expect myself to be, So yeah, I'm going to keep going, and hopefully I'll be able to pick it up a little bit better. But yeah, again, thanks to Charlotte's BSL. If you want to go check out her channel, she does a sign singing where she signs the words to songs. And I think she's working, or will be working, on a sign singing song for Am I Right, which should be quite good. Okay.
Okay, so now we're at the end of this video. Don't know how it turned out. I guess I'll have to see when I've edited it all together. But yeah, I suppose now is a good time to do like a little summary at the end. It's been a full month of me learning British Sign Language. I suppose that's what it is like a report of what it's like and how easy I found it and that sort of thing. So I suppose to start off with fingerspelling, the alphabet on the hands and numbers, that was pretty easy. Like I picked that up, fairly quickly. So that's always a good place to start. However, from there, I think I did it wrong. I should have got a book, which I mentioned before. I should have got that book, and I think that would have helped me. But unfortunately, I just looked up loads of different words and sort of crammed them in. And obviously, I don't remember all of them. I remember some of them, but as I saw from Charlotte's BSL's video, I'm still not quite there. I think I still need to go a little bit longer to learn to be up to that level where I can sort of actually communicate with it. But having said that, I'm not going to stop here. I am actually having a lot of fun with this. It is quite fun to learn and very useful as well, like I said at the beginning. So what I think I'm going to do, I'm going to have a break for now, and then I will probably get the book I was talking about, which is the British Sign Language for Dummies, when I get some money coming in. So then I can get that, and then I will probably start from there, and not start from scratch, but obviously now I know a bit of basics behind it, and then I can sort of learn from there and hopefully be better at it. The only problem I have got, well, two problems. One of them is that obviously I don't use this every day. Some people, they do this because they have to do it, and they have to, you do use it every day. I don't. That's the only problem with me. I don't. I'm only learning this because in case it happens, it's not like it does happen every day. So that's my problem. It's probably I'm not going to be able to use it as often as I. So obviously, if you have it and you don't use it, you forget it. And I think that's probably what's going to happen. Another problem I have is the fact that it is different everywhere you go. Like there's regional differences, there's difference between ASL, BSL, FSL, all that sort of stuff. I think that is completely stupid. I understand why, but I do think it is completely stupid and it's pointless. It's like you're learning sign language. I just think it's silly. I think there needs to be like one sort of universal sign language that works everywhere. Like I don't know how you could do it with different countries. Like I said in my rant earlier, that obviously it's difficult with different languages. But for something like American Sign Language and British Sign Language, they shouldn't be that dissimilar. Obviously, we know now it's because of the, you know, the British. Okay, so try learning something. Episode 1, British Sign Language. It's done now. I would recommend, you know, at least just looking at the alphabet, because that's a lot of fun to learn that. Like I learned that quite quickly, and obviously it is quite simple to learn. So I would definitely try and look at that. And like, if someone came in to put my way of work and obviously use sign language, at least I can do basic finger spelling. So, you know, I could say the rough sort of, you know, things that they need to know, sort of thing. And I think, you know, that's very useful to have. And like I said, it was pretty easy to pick up, and I quite enjoy it. The finger spelling, it's quite fun. But yeah, I think that's about it now. So for you guys, we'll have a go as well. Let me know if you do in the comments. Obviously, this is a community thing. Let's get this going round. But let me know how you get on. And yeah, I guess I will say, yeah, that's it. I shall see you later then. Bye.